This year, Insight is organized by the Events Committee and in collaboration with the clubs Abhisharan, the HR Club, Verkoop, the Marketing Club, Finvestec, the Finance Club, and Resonance, the Photography Club. We feel privileged to extend a warm welcome to everyone present here. This is Manisha Agarwal from the Events Committee of IISWBM MBA Day Department. I would like to thank and express my gratitude towards all the students. Thank you so much for your active participation. Before we get started, I would like to take this wonderful opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who helped us come together and make this event a great success. We would like to thank our sponsor, Sylvan Plight, for their support, radio partner 91.9 Friends FM, print media partner The Statesman, food partners Broccoli, U&T Cafe and Restaurant, Wow Momo, 7-Eleven Cafe, Kettleberry Coffee Break, Starter Butter, Krusties, Kasturi, Serenity, and associate partners Archie's World, Amjad Habib, and Sparkle. Insight is an annual corporate panel discussion, the flagship event of IISWBM. It serves as a platform that provides a direct interaction between the students and eminent corporate citizens, transcending classroom learning, enhancing perception, and imbibing a whole new vision. It is a discussion on myriad topics of current relevance related to management. We thank our Director Sir, Mr. Dipankar Das Gupta, our Head of Department, Mrs. Archana Sharma, and Placement Coordinator, Mr. Vishal Gaikona, for being there with us and helping us organize the event. I am elated to request HOD Ma'am to inaugurate the event.
Good morning, Director Sir, HOD Ma'am, respected faculties, and our distinguished speakers, and all the students of IISWBM. I am Madhurima Banerjee from Verkoop, the Marketing Club.
I am Abhisharan from IISWBM.
We welcome you all to our event, Insight 2023, organized by Events Committee in collaboration with Verkoop, the Marketing Club, Finvestec, the Finance Club, Abhisharan, the HR Club, and Resonance, the Photography Club. Insight is the annual corporate panel discussion of our college, which aims to provide the students a generalized idea on various business and corporate domains, ranging from marketing, HR, and finance to business analytics and production operations management, which will aid in their overall growth.
We are extremely grateful to our sponsors, our title sponsor Sylvan Plight, radio partner 91.19 Friends FM, printing media partner The Statesman, associate sponsors Wow Momo, Sparkling, Starter Butter, Broccoli, U&T Cafe and Restaurant, Archie's World, Krusties, Kasturi, Serenity, 7-Eleven Cafe, Amjad Habib, Kettleberry Coffee Break.
Today, we all are gathered here to know from our speakers how much relevant traditional marketing is in the modern times and how the companies are applying traditional marketing techniques in 2023 and coping up with metaverse, AI, digital marketing, and social media marketing.
We welcome our esteemed speakers and moderators for the day.
The usage of both traditional or as well as the modern marketing techniques, and how what are the primary challenges that traditional marketing is facing, and whether it is still relevant in 2023 for companies. I would request my speakers to choose any order that they would like to speak in, and please, the floor is open for all. Thank you.
It's really good to be back here, and that last corner was mine. And I'm really happy that it's still happening. So as the person told, right, we have seen that transition. I've been into this industry for 10 years with TCS. And am I audible? Yes. So over the last 10 years, whatever we used to do it 10 years back, we still do this. We used to send emails. All IT companies, I'm not talking about my organization, but every company, name it Accenture, IBM, everybody. We do the same thing. We do events, we invite our clients, we do road shows, different road shows, we do marathon. So everybody, we sponsor sports. So all these kind of traditional marketing activities that we have been doing for the last 10 years, it is still there. That is definitely. But what has changed with this addition of the digital technologies, right? Increasing of usage of 4G, 5G, right? All these things that has transformed everything, disrupted everything. We have added the component of social media and digital marketing in our marketing portfolio. So that's the addition of we now the email that we send, we can track that if that person has opened it or not. We can track if that person has opened it or not. If he clicks it, I get a notification, okay, this person has clicked and he has downloaded it. Based on his reading, I can again curate my content and send it again some fresh content that might generate his interest, more interest. And finally, I can ask for a meeting, I can ask for a call, sessions with him, explain my offering solutions, and move it to the sales, where our sales team will take the leads. So that's the change happened over the last 10 years, where the measuring of the traditional marketing activity, it has significantly increased, significantly developed, emerged. So the measurement of our activity is number one. Number two is, I'm going to tell you a story, what happened with me. So on a Sunday morning, I was thinking, okay, I have to take a credit card. Because everybody, my friend told me, okay, if you take this card, you will get a discount in your oil. So I said, okay, I will go and search it in the Google and all. I searched it, immediately within 1 hour I got a mail from my mailbox. This is you're getting, the credit card we are offering and all of these things. I clicked that, I redirected to my website. Then I decided, no, I don't want to take it. Something, I thought, okay, maybe later. After a few minutes, I was surfing Facebook, the ad came again. Then Instagram, again the ad came. Then suddenly I got a call from the call center. I was very angry at that time and told, no, I don't want to take it. That person was very calm and composed. After one day, again she called me and I was in a very good mood, okay, at that time. So then she told me, okay, now you are in a good mood, I can understand. But then back in there is a technology, right? There is a natural language processing and image is there, which is actually analyzing my voice and it is giving an indication that person is angry or sad or is elated, whatever. That bulb is going to be there, it is going to highlight. And it is there in a call center. If you go to a modern day call center, it will recognize your voice, it will give you that kind of insights that the person you are talking, what kind of mood that person is. So based on that, the person, he or she will curate the conversation. Finally, that lady convinced me, okay, I need to get a credit card. That oil credit card. And she sent an executive at my office. And finally, I submitted. And before leaving, that guy told me, if you refer 2 more persons, I will give you a selfie stick. So I called this person and then another guy in my office and they told, okay, you should also get this credit card. And then I realized that person who referred me, he also got a selfie stick. So that's what I mean.
All the young ladies and gentlemen, so my fellow panelists have already covered almost all the points, and really the presentation was very insightful and very effective. Like, I was just thinking like what to say and what not to say to everybody, but he has covered almost all the points which I was thinking to convey you people. Now, what I think, I need to, interact with everyone, because you have already seen what is going through in the market, what is in the traditional marketing, what is going on in digital marketing. So now I want to interact with you people. You tell me that you must be receiving invitation of, marriage invitation. younger age to get married to your friends. But then this is I want to tell you, if you get any invitation through WhatsApp, will you be convinced to go to the invitation party, or if somebody calls you and invite you, you will be convinced to go to the party? You tell me. So that's the traditional part which we look forward. That's the emotional touch. Because somebody is calling you, somebody is convincing you, is more convincing than somebody sending you WhatsApp message. Right? So the similar way, I'll tell you, I have worked in Acropolis Mall as a marketing manager.
I'll give you 3 examples. And then you judge for yourself whether it is storytelling or advertising. The first story is in Australia, a few years ago. You've heard of a brand called Canon? What does Canon do? Cameras. Lens. Canon is camera and lens. It's hardware. We are interested in hardware only. What does Canon do to you? This camera and lens you got. Capture moments. Helps you to become a photographer. That's your benefit. You want to take good photos? You need a damn good camera. So Canon found out very quickly that mobile phones were killing their business. They are. Don't buy cameras anymore. You buy a good mobile phone. So Canon said, no, we can't sell technology. We can't sell hardware. We have to sell a thought. So what did they do? They started an engagement program. Traditional and digital. And they said, you are the best photographer in this world. Take your camera, doesn't matter what camera you have. Take your mobile phone if you want. But take some pictures. We'll give you a place to share your picture. So they started an activity called photo chains. So everyone started taking pictures. They said, no, you got to relate your pictures. So somebody takes a picture of a window. Another person takes the picture of a door. Another person takes the picture of a sofa. Another of a table, chair, blah blah blah. And that's all fitting into one chain, becoming somebody's home. People are getting excited. Somebody photographs a bird. Somebody photographs a tree. Somebody photographs a nest. Somebody photographs bird's eggs, putting it together. So people got engaged. People got engaged and this started growing. So from that website, it started going into their own social media pages. It started creating conversations. It started creating connections. People who didn't know each other came to know each other. And Canon never said buy a Canon camera. They said take photographs. And Canon became, within the next 12 months, the most popular camera brand in Australia. Canon, why Canon? Come to second story, another brand you know very well, Domino's. You're aware that Domino's had a very bad time in the not too distant past. Domino's almost went out of business. Why? Because in one of their service centers, a person came, asked for a pizza, and the person was very, the pizza guys took some time to prepare the pizza and give it. So he was quite abusive. So the Domino's salesman took it back on that guy. So they took a nose stuff, put it inside their nose and wiped it on the pizza and gave it to them. And I didn't see it. What happened is that CCTV camera inside captured that action. somebody stole that from Domino's, put it out, and it went viral. With the Domino's logo at the back. Can you imagine what happened? What do you think happened as a result? Domino's almost shut down. And this was happening in the US of A, where people are extremely vocal. And Domino's actually shut down. Their CEO went into media and social media and said, we are at fault, we are sorry. We have sacked these people and we will take whatever it gives. So Domino's actually shut down. What did they do? They did something what all brands are supposed to do but never do. They went back to their kitchens and started experimenting and creating new products. And what did they do with those new products when they were shut down? They took it to people like us and said, please taste it and tell us what you feel. They didn't go as Domino's. So people had free food, they ate it. And they commented, like, don't like, this is better than something. Then slowly, after a month or two, people started saying this is much better than any pizza we've ever had. That gave Domino's knowledge. And they came back with a campaign that said, the latest new features opened up. We are all aware of Gillette. What is Gillette? Men's grooming brand. It's a men's grooming brand. Then women also. Women's grooming brand. Gillette is about grooming. Gillette will feel very sorry to hear this. What is the Gillette line? What does it say, the cash line? The best a man can get. Why do they say Gillette is the best a man can get? Why do they say that the best a man can get? It's very proud. I'm a brand. I'm saying it's the best you can get. I'm the best you can get. And the funny thing is, you remember it. Am I supposed to tell you I'm the best you can get? No. So why is Gillette telling you the best a man can get? I mean, a man is hearing it, and men here are repeating it. Gillette is nothing to do about shaving. Gillette is nothing to do about grooming. Gillette tells us stories. Stories about how men should conduct their lives. How men should speak, how men should appear, how men should behave. If you look at Gillette ads, those are the stories they're telling us. The big story that they're saying now is that men are supposed to be an example of younger men that follow them. So children learn from you. So please behave, pass on how to live in society. You men are responsible for that.
बड़े अब यहाँ
हाँ तो तेरा इलाका है। हट।
नहीं, सुनिए, ये सारा फर्नीचर सिल्वन प्लाई से बना हुआ है, एंटी टर्माइट, इसीलिए सबसे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग भी।
क्या बोल रहा है तू छोटे? सिल्वन प्लाई तो जबरदस्त है। अरे भाग यहाँ से, भाग।
सिल्वन प्लाई, ब्रेक नहीं बनता।
Very good morning to our respected HOD ma'am, respected faculties and our distinguished speakers and all the students of IISWBM present here. I am Poulumina from Events Committee.
I am Shoji Chakraborty from Events Committee of IISWBM. We welcome you all to our event Insight 2023. which is organized by Events Committee, along with the Verkoop, the Marketing Club, Finvestec, the Dance Club, Abhisharan, the HR Club, and Relevance, the Photography Club.
Insight is the annual corporate panel discussion of IISWBM, which aims to provide the students a generalized idea on various business and corporate domains, ranging from marketing, HR and finance, to business analytics and productions and operations management, which will aid in their overall growth.
We would like to thank our title sponsor, Sylvan Pie, for their support. Our radio partner, 91.9 Friends FM, print media partner, The Statesman, food partners, Broccoli, UNME Cafe and Restaurant, Wow Momo, 7-Eleven Cafe, Kilberry Coffee Break, Starter Barger, Krusty's, Kasturi, Serenity, associate partners, Archie's World, Amjad Habib, and Sparkling.
Today we all have gathered here to know from our distinguished speakers how analytics helps industries to gain new age competitive advantage. We are also going to learn about the emerging concept of hyper-automation and its far-reaching impact on business. Let us now introduce our esteemed speakers and moderators for the discussion.
We have with us Mr. Taposh Chakraborty, who is co-founder and CEO of Whisper Analytics. He has 15 plus years of experience in software industry. He was a former application developer of IBM and also worked as a PI consultant at PwC. Thank you so much for that.
It is a great pleasure to have our next speaker, Mr. Shamanto Kasar.
Next we have Mr. Kushal Dey. He is a former student of IISWBM and is now working as a senior business analyst at Affluent Global Services. He has worked as a senior business analyst at Kolkata India Limited as well as Access Electrical Components Private Limited. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Now we cordially invite Mr. Anirban Dey. He has completed his Masters of Business Administration from IIT Kharagpur and is now working as a data science manager at HSBC. He had worked as a senior consultant in PwC as well as senior data scientist at four water companies. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Now we have Mr. Rahul Shengupta as our moderator. He works as a training manager at Havels India and is also a motivational speaker. He was a former Deputy General Manager of Sales at Maruti Suzuki India Limited. It is a pleasure for us to have you with us.
We are glad to have such eminent dignitaries with us. A big round of applause for them. Without further ado, we would like to hand over the session to Mr. Rahul Shengupta. Our topic for today is analytics is the new age competitive advantage. Hyper-automation is the upcoming trend in data automation processes. Is it much needed and how is it impacting the business? Please, sir.
Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to all the panelists out here.
And secondly is about hyper-automation. Let's concentrate on the first one. Analytics becoming a competitive advantage. Whenever I personally hear the term of analytics, I closely relate it to something of a much more historic kind of a field or what we know as statistics. It is much more cool to talk about analytics, but it is grounded in the fundamentals of statistics. And that's why when we think about analytics becoming competitive advantage, a very interesting but deep quote by a Swedish mathematician called Alexander Duncans comes to my mind. And he says, and I quote, "It is easy to lie with statistics. It is hard to tell the truth without it." Let me repeat it. It is easy to lie with statistics. It is harder to tell the truth without it. Now, our organizations over the time, with the vast amount of data that they are collecting and analyzing, they have quickly understood the second part of this sentence. It is hard to tell the truth without statistics. That's why we are so familiar with quantifying all of the measures of success. We are so familiar with tracking our progresses with charts. And we are so familiar with associating success with KPIs. this has all become so normalized in our industry that we forget to concentrate on the first part of it. That is, it is easy to lie with statistics also. And when I talk about this, I only remember an example with one of our statistics teacher had given when we were learning statistics 101. So the example goes something like this, that there was a small boy who was crossing the English Channel with his parents. He is going from England to France. Now when he gets upon the ferry, which is crossing the English Channel, the ferry was very heavily crowded. But in spite of the ferry being heavily crowded, they reached from England to France in a matter of 75 minutes. However, when they were returning back from France to England, the ferry was not at all crowded. It was very open. It was not crowded. But they took 95 minutes to reach from France to England. Now this boy, in the limited amount of data that he has, he can easily draw up a hypothesis which states that when the ferry is heavily crowded, it takes me less time to cross the English Channel. But when the ferry is not crowded, it takes me more time to cross the English Channel. Now I believe you all find the fallacy in this, which is clearly known as the correlation and causation fallacy. And this is what we should all be aware of in today's time when we are so much dependent on analytics to make important business decisions and to drive our business forward. It is how we align the analytics to the business problem. Analytics in itself is a tool which enables us to solve the relevant business problem, and in our effort to solve this problem, we should not forget to align this analytics or the tool that we are using to solve the problem. In terms of driving analytics to the organization or the long-term perspective that people see, are we happy with the analytics that we are here currently, or can we do something better? Is there a scope of improving the performance, the profitability and everything for a company? And this driver factor is where we talk about the strategic and leadership positions. Now this actually gives a good segue to the second part of our topic, which talks about hyper-automation. Now as the previous speaker also talked about, hyper-automation is about something extra to automation. Now what is that something extra? Let's first focus about automation first. So automation, as you all must understand from the word, is making our life easy. And how can our lives be made easy? A cool definition of machine that you all must have heard in the popular movie 3 Idiots is, a machine is something that makes our life easy. In the same way, we want machine to do work for us which we would have otherwise been doing. And now it is easier for us to code or make machines to work which are very simple or which are repetitive in task. And this is what automation actually does. It actually mimics a human's repetitive work and does it better than him in the sense that it is much more faster, much more efficient, much more error-free. Now what is the hyper word comes over here? Now this hyper word is actually about enhancing the capabilities of the machine. Enhancing the capability of the machine in the field of cognitive abilities. As humans, even when we are doing repetitive tasks, even when we are copying from our friend's test paper or copying from another's project, we do make some calculations that maybe he's writing this wrong. Maybe the second point that he has written is wrong, and this is where the cognitive ability of humans need to be in automation. And this is where hyper-automation comes into play, where the cognitive ability of a human can be leveraged through certain analytics, through certain AI ML driven solution, which enables the automated process to take such decisions which would either have required a human intervention. And this is where hyper-automation gives a cutting-edge advancement to any processes that a business runs.
Intelligence and any other product in other products or in other segments actually, this data is very much useful and we can make decisions from that. So when in industry we are using this data, some points are required like data classification, data profiling, data retention, data lineage. So in if you have want to know about in detail regarding this, you can always reach out to me. I can show you some examples where how we can do this profiling task and how this data retention is required for our current industry. Because in USA and in European Union already these data protection laws are implemented, like GDPR and CCPA. These are the laws basically which implemented in other countries, and in India we in 2020-22 I think there is one section is implemented, and other things are also coming in our next future. So according to me, data retention and data protection is the upcoming future of our of this data based industry.
Came into your mind, why did it happen? We call it diagnostics analytics. Okay? Now you are trying to analyze the root cause. Why your if it is good, then okay. If your brain is good, then there is no need to analyze actually. But if it is not as expected, then you want to do the analysis. Now can you tell me, just by looking at the brain curve, will you be able to do the analysis? Is it possible? No. What you need? Answer copy where the teacher has already corrected and put the marks over there. So more amount of data is required, then only you will be able to do diagnostics analysis. Okay. Then the next question is, what will happen? So suppose today in the first semester your performance was not satisfactory. Now can you guess whether your performance is going to improve or it's going to be not up to the mark? Okay. What you need to follow? So this is called predictive analysis. Based on the performance in the class, teacher may predict that okay, this person, this student, he was not performed well in the last semester, but he is going to perform well in the next semester. Okay? So based on the performance in your class, teacher may predict, right? The last one is perspective analysis. So what is that? How can we make it happen? So there is a goal. What is the goal? So let's say performance improvement. For the teacher, the goal is 50% should be performed better or something like that. In an organization, the goals are different, but I am giving example for your class so that you can relate and understand. Okay. So there is a goal. Now you need to know the path to reach that goal. So these are the analytics capabilities that every organization should follow.
So, whatever the students were asking about, like, the possibilities of job loss or the uncertainty in the market, like, automation is something which the companies have used, as Anirban said, to reduce the human efforts in repetitive tasks, right? So, Dr. Kalam just pointed out that we need to be atomic in our behavior. Like we need to improve each and every day. So we should try to improve by at least 1% every day. So today I have improved by more than 1%, I suppose, because I got to learn so many things. And if you go through the book of Dr. Kalam, it's called The Wings of Fire. So if you go through the book, you will see he improved every day from his childhood, from where he was born, a small village in Rameshwaram, right? So he highlighted his tribulations and overcame every hurdle each and every day, and finally became the 11th president of India. So that is no joke. So, and coming back to your point, what you pointed out, like what the computer can do, what analytics can do. It can do repetitive tasks, right? So anyone who have any idea like how many hats a human being can wear at the same time? Yeah. Actually, in terms of psychology, 6 hats a human being can wear at the same time, right? The first one is of the facts. It's called the white hat. Okay? White hat is about the facts, like what is true. Black is about what is wrong, right? The computer can only do these 2 tasks. They know only the binary language, 0 and 1, right? So human beings can also wear a green hat, which is called the creative hat, right? Then there is a yellow hat, which talks about the positivity, right? Then there is a green hat, which talks about creativity, right? And a red hat, which is about the hunches. Like we have a gut feeling and we speak out immediately, right? So this is where the role of the human beings are. Like when we are doing analytics and specifically hyper automation at this point of time. So hyper automation is basically scaling up your existing business. It's not that we are forcing people to resign and all these things, because it's basically we are engaging people to upskill themselves and engage in more creative stuff. Like nowadays the competition is very high everywhere in the market. Wherever you join, you will join very soon in some of the organizations. So the first thing is that you have to stay ahead of the competition, right? So what the organizations will try to do, they will try to upskill their employees and engage in more analytics so that they can find some informed decisions. What are informed decisions? Like the panelists previously said, analytics goes through several stages. The last one, before the last one is the predictive analytics, right? Predictive analytics is about the insights. Like we get plenty of data, live data from everywhere, every point of time, right?
Thank you so much, panelists, for enlightening us on the topic which we wanted to listen. We are grateful to you all for sharing your valuable thoughts and knowledge with us, and we sincerely hope to grow our bond stronger.
We would like to thank our title sponsor Sylvan Ply for their support, our radio partner 91.9 Friends FM, print media partner The Statesman, food partners Broccoli, You and Me Cafe and Restaurant, Wow Momo, 7-Eleven Cafe, Kettleberry Coffee Break, Starter Butter, Krusties, Kasturi, Serenity, and associate partners Archie's World, Amjad Habib and Sparkling. Now we would like to extend small token of appreciation to our speakers. Mr. Taposh Chakraborty. Thank you, Medha.
Mr. Shamanta Fry. Thank you, Okita.
Mr. Kushal Dev.
Mr. Anirban Dev.
Thank you, Abra. Mr. Rahul Shergupta will be staying with us for the day. We will be seeing him soon during our next panel discussion. With this, we would like to conclude the whole session. We would like to thank everyone present here. We hope everybody has got something to take back from this. Thank you so much.
बड़े अब यहाँ
हाँ तो तेरा इलाका है, हट।
नहीं सुनिए, ये सारा फर्नीचर सिल्वन प्लाई से बना हुआ है, एंटी टर्माइट, इसीलिए सबसे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग भी।
क्या बोल रहा है तू छोटे? सिल्वन प्लाई तो जबरदस्त है। अरे भाग यहाँ से भाग।
सिल्वन प्लाई, ब्रेक नहीं बनता।
Host from Finvestec, the finance club of IISWBM.
A very warm welcome to Insight 2023, organized by the Events Committee along with the clubs Abhisharan as the HR club, Verkoop as a marketing club, Finvestec as a finance club, and Resonance as a photography club. Insight is the annual corporate panel discussion of IISWBM, which aims to provide the students a generalized idea on various business and corporate domains, ranging from marketing, HR and finance, to business analytics and production and operation management, which will aid in the overall growth. Without our sponsors, this event wouldn't have been successful. So, we are grateful to our sponsoring partners, our title sponsor, Silvan Ply, for the support, our radio partner, 91.9 Friends FM, print media partner as The Statesman, food partners, Broccoli, You and Me Cafe and Restaurant, Wow Momo, 7-Eleven Cafe, Kettleberry Coffee Break, Starter Butter, Krusties, Kasturi, Serenity, and associate partners Archie's World, Amjad Habib, and Swapneen.
Without any further delay, let us start with the introduction of our panelist and moderator.
So, let us introduce our first panelist, Mr. Arunabha Biswas. Currently, he is the Senior General Manager at Haldia Petrochemicals Limited. He also worked as a General Manager and as a Head of Internal Audit at Haldia Petrochemical Limited. Prior to this, Mr. Arunabha Biswas was a Director at TCG Digital. He also worked as a Deputy General Manager and a Senior Manager at TCG Digital. He also worked in Wipro Limited as a Manager. Prior to this, he worked at PwC as an Assurance and Associate. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
It's a great pleasure to have our next panelist, Mr. Shomi Chattopadhyay. Currently, he is the director at PwC. He also worked as an associate director and managing consultant at PwC. Mr. Chattopadhyay was head of testing services. Prior to this, he worked as a test manager at PwC. He worked with TCS as a senior developer and module leader. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
Our third panelist of the day is Mr. Medhadeep Banerjee. Presently, he is the Vice President at Anand Rathi Financial Services Limited. Prior to this, he worked as a senior team leader at ICICI Securities. He also worked with IndusInd Bank as a chief manager. Mr. Banerjee was also an investment advisor at ICICI Bank. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
Our next panelist of the day is Mr. Satyajit Dev. Presently, he is the General Manager at Reserve Bank of India. He is a banker with 35 years of experience in banking operations, banking and non-banking supervision, currency management, capacity building, governance, risk and compliance. Mr. Dev is presently entrusted with the responsibility of overseeing one of the large PSU banks in India. Prior to this, he was overseeing the NBFC sector for the last 10 years. He led RBI team for on-site examination of supervised entities. Mr. Dev also led a team of professionals for the implementation of Basel II guidelines in West Asia. He is also associated with capacity building exercise for bankers. Mr. Dev also published many articles on BFSI and attended programs in IIMS, XIMB, Reserve Bank of Australia, Bank of France, and so on. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
Next, we have Mr. Harsh Sahu with us. Currently, he is working with Kotak Mahindra Bank as a state credit manager. He also was a location credit manager at Kotak Mahindra Bank. Mr. Sahu worked as an area credit manager at Magma Fincorp Limited. He also worked as a management trainee at Magma Fincorp Limited. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
Next, we have Mr. Vishmay Kishore with us. Currently, he is working at State Bank of India as the Assistant General Manager. He also worked as a chief manager CPM and credit manager. Mr. Kishore also worked with Kantar as a senior research manager. He was also the sales manager at ICICI Prudential's Life Insurance Company Limited. We are glad to have you with us, sir.
We are honored to have Mr. Rahul Sengupta as a moderator today. He has a work experience of over 24 plus years across various industries. Mr. Sengupta has been an eminent motivational speaker for Institute of Global Professionals, NDI World Global Converge Public Speaking Institute. He also hosts webinars for Institute of Global Professionals and other institutions. We are glad to have you with us, sir. It is an honor to be graced by the presence of such an experienced and valuable panelist and moderator. A round of applause for all the panelists and moderator.
So, our topic for today is how latest financial reforms will shape the Indian economy in near future. So, without any further ado, we would like to hand over the session to Mr. Rahul Sengupta. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. I would like to thank all the eminent panelists out here, principal ma'am out here, and all the students who are out here to learn something from the people out here who has huge corporate experience into financial reforms, what is going to happen in future, how it is going to affect the finance, what are the futures and how the business can be associated with. So to come upon on stage, not to make any further delay, may I call Mr. Arunabha Bishwas to start the session. Like in the first half, we had questions coming in between. I would request this time we will have since we have number of panelists or more. So my request to the students would be that please park your questions whichever you have. Once all the panelists have finished their presentation as well as their views on the subject, once we finish, then they will surely take up your questions one by one and they will answer. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to everybody, students, principal staff and all the panelists. So, today's topic is regarding financial reforms and how the country has benefited from that. So, I'll go beyond that. I'll also discuss about what is happening in the finance world and how the financial reforms are changing the world of finance. So, India is in the golden era at this point of time. I have 10 minutes, if I'm not wrong, right? So, India is in the golden era. It is now in the peak of development and it is going to be a developed nation very soon. So, at this point of time, what we can estimate is that by 2027, India would become the third largest economy in the world after Japan and Germany. Right now it is in the 5th position, and as far as market capitalization and share market is concerned, it is going to be the third largest share market economy in the world by 2030. So that's one of the predictions that Morgan Stanley has given. Now India's GDP, which is also going to double. At this point of time, it is around 3.5 trillion. And it's going to be around 7.5 trillion by 2031. So what is that which is making this change happen? There are a lot of reasons why India's economy is growing, and yes, financial reforms are a big role to play in the growth of the country. It's very evident. In the next 10 years, India is going to be a global offshoring nation, whereby the entire world is going to offshore its work in India. So you will have people, more than 1 million people will be engaged in this work. Digitization is the next initiative that is the order of the day. The government, with various initiatives, have enabled digitization in the bank, finance, and all other domains. No paperwork, do it digitally. President Achalangan and
esteemed panelists over here. So, our topic today is how latest financial reforms will shape the Indian economy in near future. To categorize this, I have just put it down in few pointers. So, which is done by the government of India recently in the last 5 or 6 odd years. So one of that is setting up the NARCL, which is also called the Bad Bank or the National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. So this was in the budget of 2021. It was decided that we will set up a structure of ARCMC, which is Asset Risk, your reconstruction company and asset management companies, and both of these will take care of the NPAs of the several banks. So this way, the government of India and the finance ministry, they are enabling and helping the banks to reduce their NPAs in a very fast manner, which is very much important for the banks. Lending is a very a business where you must have all of the lenders have the NPAs. How you recover the NPAs and how you resolve the NPAs in fast manner, that is more important for the bank. So we have as of now, the credit buying for several banks, particularly for HDFC, is growing approximately 20% year-on-year basis. So other banks like SBI, my bank like Kotak, Mahindra Bank, they are also growing in a very fast manner. So the credit buying, there is money, banks are willing to lend. But how fast, if someone goes, the business does not run, or whether the person who lend is not being able to manage the fund we have provided to him, how that is being recovered, that is more important rather than the credit lending. The next step that is being, one more thing I'd like to mention here, as on June 2022, almost 40,000 crores of bad loans have been resolved since the announcement was made in July 2021. I can recollect one incident in, there was an IBC, through IBC, Bhushan Steel. Bhushan Steel was suffering very badly in 2016, 2015 odd times. So post that, we also had some vendors in Odisha, in other areas also. So Bhushan Steel the vendors were suffering because Bhushan Steel is suffering and not being able to pay the vendors. And we as the bankers, whom we have lended our vendors, the vendors of Bhushan Steel, they are not being able to, since they are not being able to take the money from Bhushan Steel, they are suffering. They are the loans are going back. So post the takeover from Tata Steel, Bhushan Steel has been taken over by Tata Steel in the year 2018 approximately. So post that, all the vendors and our portfolio in those areas have been, it has improved a lot. It has improved a lot, and we don't have any. And Tata Steel is a very good, paymaster. Like they pay their vendors in a 45 odd days time, which is a very good time turnover ratio, or the debtor days are very less for those. The next thing that was taken care by the government of India is the reduction of CRR and AR, SLR, which is already.
The panelists and budding MBAs of the great institution. Today, how I have planned, I was listening to the other panelists. They have highlighted different areas. Now my job is slightly difficult because I will not be repeating those. What I try to do is, can you show the app? Change this. You are changing it. Okay. Go back to the first one. Go to the second. Only few slides. They say that PowerPoint is not important, your point should be powerful. Now, how I thought that this is an opportunity where people from the industry, they are interacting with the MBA students. I have jotted down few points. Basically, that is sharing of experience. Sharing of experience, and these are the things we have listed out. And I would like to get questions from your side so that I can clarify, or we as a team we can clarify. From my profile, what somebody was reading out, I spent most of the time in banking supervision. Before we start, look at the topic of today. I'm going a little slow. The topic is huge. First, we need to understand the landscape. Landscape is huge. Landscape is huge, and when we talk about asset reconstruction company, we talk about macroeconomic development, where we are fitting it. We need to understand that first. Because here MBA students, you are specializing somebody in HR, somebody in finance, तो पता क्या होगा, क्या काम करेंगे. Placement, we are talking about CTC. I will not talk about CTC. Just 2-3 points after these discussions. I will take 7 or 10 minutes. If you remember 3 things, I will be happy, or it will be useful as I understand. Okay? What are the 3 things? Let me take or borrow some idea which Mr. Vishwas and the other 2 speakers, Mr. Banerjee and Sahu, they told. For example, Mr. Vishwas, he started with the macroeconomic picture and all. We need to understand. We all heard what he explained in a nice way, lucid manner. हमारा जिम्मेदारी क्या है? For example, if I am sitting in your place and you are here, the way I used to capture that information, understanding where I should fit in. Tomorrow in the placement, you are getting into an NBFC or an investment banking or a big 4 or a big 3. करोगे क्या? Do you have any idea? These points, first 2 points, I need not elaborate at all. There are a lot of material available in your textbook, in your sessions. These things are happening. It is available in the public domain. What I would like to share is the experience during this journey I have gathered. Okay. So, for example, he mentioned that 65% of India's population is below 35 years of age. I am repeating, 65% of India's population is below 35 years of age. What is the punchline? क्या मतलब क्या है? You are really lucky. You are really lucky. Yes, I can tell now that I have seen Indian banks without computer. Now I can see a bank without a premises. Similarly, this is the age, this is the crowd, this is the boys and girls. Only thing you are lacking today is the experience. 10 साल 5 साल बोलने के लिए कुछ नहीं है. शुरू करोगे ना? Go to the next slide. I am trying to highlight expectation of the from qualified MBAs. This institution in our colleges, we used to discuss, this is the first institution in the country to give MBA, offer MBA degree, right? And in the overall ranking also, the rank is very good, prestigious institution. And 2 of our panelists, they are from this great place, right? तो ये हमारा समझ में आया है कि नहीं? Industry, how to know that? What exactly a good NBFC, a good bank they are expecting, or industry outside the finance. I am from finance background, from Reserve Bank of India. Definitely, in my conversation, I talk about supervision, I talk about NBFC, I talk about banks, means public sector bank, private sector bank, all this stuff, right? To speak, I would like to have question from your side after this.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Principal Ma'am. Thank you, Finvestec, for giving the opportunity and inviting me back here. I am a Millennium Batch alumni of the institute. Right, so we passed out in the year 2000 amidst immense uncertainty of that the environment held during that time. We, as a batch, I remember one of the things. Talking about that. I'm also an outsider to the bank in a way. Right? I don't have a finance background. I'm not a finance engineer. I do not work in the finance domain. I haven't ever tried. But the topic is very interesting and relevant because nothing we do today, nothing we can do today, which will not get impacted by the financial sector in our lives, right? So I thought, well, when I was contacted, I thought, why not? It will also give me a very good excuse to come back to the institute. I really want to walk the floors, see the classrooms, which I never attended when I was here, never entered. Yeah, I remember, I think first floor we had the computer lab, we still have it there? Yes. The first floor? Okay. And right opposite to the first floor is where the systems in the classroom was used to be, and the specialization classes second year. And marketing, finance, HR used to be on the top floor, right opposite to the canteen. So that's where I spend most of my time. We had a visiting faculty, Mr. Singh, I think, forget his first name, Gupta, and he made a statement once. He said that you guys don't study. Do your teachers say that? Still say that. So he said, you guys don't study at all. He said, you guys don't study to get a job. You will study to keep your jobs. And that is the truth. That is what Shablinda was talking about. And kind of that's what I'm going to touch upon more, right? I think the financial economy, the growth of the economy and the financial factors, we'll touch upon that, but we've had the experts talk about it. You know the larva of a butterfly in a cocoon? Right? You guys are in that cocoon. You have the protection of the institute. You have the protection of your parents. You are in that cocoon. When the cocoon breaks and the caterpillar comes out, does the caterpillar get to choose which leaf it falls on? Which tree it was hanging from? It has no control. Look at your placements and your jobs, kind of like that. The first placements like that. It does not matter which leaf I fall on. It does not matter which tree I was hanging from. When you fall on that leaf, what does the caterpillar do? Eat. That's the only thing that it has to do. Eat. Eat. So when you fall on that leaf, when you join your first job, you say don't look at your pay package. I will not say don't look at your joining pay package. Of course look at your joining pay package. But what is it that you're looking for in your joining pay package? In your joining pay package. One, that it should be fair. It doesn't have to be bombastic. No, it doesn't. Or no. You'll feel bad for a certain period that somebody is getting 17 and I'm getting 7. But it doesn't have to be bombastic. Roti, kapda और मकान होना चाहिए, चलना चाहिए, किराया निकलना चाहिए, रेंटल का, खाने को मिलना चाहिए, डिसेंट कपड़े पहनने को मिलना चाहिए, रोटी कपड़ा मकान निकलना चाहिए from your first salary. What you should do is what will it let you learn? What will it teach you? What will that job teach you? And learn anything and everything that you can learn. I'm ancient, right? I don't fall in that 65% category which is below 35 years of age. But one very distinct difference that I see of people coming in the new joiners who joined today, people who joined in the last couple of years, and how we were when we were fresh out of college and fresh out of MBA in our jobs. The key difference that I used to see, that I see now, or sorry, not used to see, that I see now, is that when we used to get down to working as youngsters, we would be given something. In a job, you get a training. It's like a class where you don't listen to what is being taught, right? So you get a training, and then you are put on the job. Training to ho gaya, chalo deliver karo, right? So when you start delivering, there's nobody.
It's always, not much is left when you speak as the last eminent panelist in the game. Having said that, I see still the room is still full, which means that, when we were doing our MBA in the second year, I think, by the time the first panelist used to finish, the teachers used to be, the entire room was empty, right? Only you could see at least 20 people at best. But yeah, it's nice that, guys we are a good batch. I'm lucky that, we are such a good batch to teach. So, I'll just deliberate on the topic, right? Basically, what is the latest financial reforms, and we can go back till 1991. I think that's the watershed moment wherein the financial reforms actually started. But I think that will take a lot of time. So I think we'll focus more on the last 5 to 7, 8 years, wherein we have seen how the Indian economy is showing its resilience and why is it showing, right? So as an MBA, first thing.
With this, we would like to conclude the session. We would like to thank our speakers and moderator for accepting our invitation. We are also grateful for our HOD ma'am for her presence in the event. We are thankful to you all for attending Insight 2023 and we hope you all have something to take back.
Now we would like to extend the token of appreciation to our panelists and moderator. First, Mr. Arunabha Viswas.
Thank you, Archita.
Next, Mr. Shomik Chattopadhyay.
Thank you, Paulami.
Mr. Midadi Banerjee.
Thank you, Farhana.
Mr. Satyajit Devsar.
Thank you, Ayantika.
Mr. Harsh Sahu.
Thank you, Anisha.
Mr. Vishmay Kishore.
Thank you, Madhurima.
Mr. Rahul Sengupta.
Over to Manisha now.
Thank you, Ifra. Firstly, I would like to thank all the panelists and the moderator for your time and knowledge. We would like to extend our gratitude to our HOD ma'am, Mrs. Archana Sharma, faculty members, and all the staff members. I would like to express my gratitude to the arranging committee of Insight 2023 who have worked tirelessly to plan and execute this event with great passion and dedication. Last but not the least, thanks to all the students for being here with us and showing so much enthusiasm. We hope each student and everyone present here, everyone present here has got something valuable to take back. We are extremely grateful to our sponsors, our title sponsor Sylvan Ply for their support, our radio partner 91.9 Friends FM, print media partner The Statesman, food partners Broccoli, You and Me Cafe, Wow Momo, 7-Eleven Cafe, Kettleberry Coffee Break, Starter Water, Trustees, Kasturi, Serenity, and associate partners RG's World, Amjad Habib, and Spark. That's a wrap on Insight 2021. See you all next year.
बड़े अब यहाँ
हाँ तो तेरा इलाका है हट
नहीं सुनिए ये सारा फर्नीचर सिल्वन प्लाई से बना हुआ है एंटी टर्माइट इसीलिए सबसे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग भी
क्या बोल रहा है तू छोटे सिल्वन प्लाई तो जबरदस्त है अरे भाग यहाँ से भाग
सिल्वन प्लाई ब्रेक नहीं बनता